In this video, I'll show you how I transformed a small room into a fully functional YouTube studio. I'm making a few upgrades as well that will save me even more space, something that I think that you'll find valuable no matter what your niche is. I'm in the guitar and gear review space, but these tips work for anyone looking to optimize their setup. This room is only slightly over 2 by 3 meters. The wide angle lens might make it look bigger, and there's also this staircase in the middle of the room, so eating up space, but I made it work. This setup lets me shoot YouTube videos, shorts, reels, B-roll, product demos, and even record music from demos all the way up to fully produced tracks, all in this tiny space. Plus everything is within reach, so I can record and edit without unnecessary distractions, and I'm keeping it budget friendly, so I'll link all the gear in the description. For the past 2 to 3 years, this setup has worked really well, but the big problem is all these stands, camera tripods, C-stands, light stands, and mic stands, they're taking up nearly half my floor space, but I do have a solution. I'm replacing all of these stands with just a couple of gravity Vari-Poles. They stretch floor to ceiling up to 3.7 meters and allow me to mount lights, cameras, mics, and even screens and monitors. And the best part is there's no bulky legs taking up floor space like you get with typical tripods and C-stands. That gives me more flexibility to adjust angles and backgrounds, and it allows you to get the camera further away to get more of the room in shot, or it allows me to get closer to the camera, which gives me more clearance between myself and the background to give me more bokeh or blurry background if that's the kind of look you're going for. For the lights, I'm using SmallRig super clamps to attach my GoDox SL60 lights to the Varipoles, which I use as my key light and my fill light. There's lots of different brands of super clamp. I've had really good experiences with the SmallRig stuff, but Neewer and Manfrotto also make really good ones. Upgraded from my cheap Amazon softbox kit lights that were not really good enough in my opinion. These lights give me full control over brightness and color temperature. For my key light, I'll be using the Neewer wall mount to save even more space. I'm mounting my main camera, a Sony ZV-E10 with a Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens with the same SmallRig super clamp as the light and a Neewer bracket to get the right angle from the horizontal super clamp to the vertical position that you'll need for your camera. Then I'll use this Neewer rapid adapter, which gives me a 1/4 inch adapter on my right angle bracket. This tripod ball head, also from Neewer, will then give me the ability to tilt and angle the camera so I can line the shot up exactly how I need it to be. I'm using this SmallRig cage, which gives the camera a more substantial feel and grip, plus it adds a lot of different 1/4 inch mounting points and a couple of cold shoe mounts as well, which is really useful. I definitely recommend getting a cage for your camera. For my second camera, the Sony A6400 with the same Sigma 16mm lens, this secondary camera angle tends to move around the room depending on what I'm doing, so it doesn't need to be quite as permanent as my main camera. I'll be using this quick connect adapter from Ulanzi to make it easier to attach and detach the camera. For better workflow, I sometimes use a Desview T3 teleprompter and a Portkeys PT5 5-inch monitor. I use the external monitor because the teleprompter blocks the flip out screen on the camera. Because I've got more mounting points now, I'll be upgrading to a 15-inch portable monitor to permanently mount onto the Varipole for better visibility, and then I'll use the Portkeys on my A6400 second angle. I hate the pop-up screen on the A6400, so having the 5-inch field monitor will definitely be nice. The 15-inch screen is lightweight, USB-C powered, and has Vesa mounting points, so I bought this Vesa pole clamp from B-Tronic, which lets me attach the screen to the Varipole. I've seen some concerns about the stability of Varipoles. In the Think Media video about Varipoles, there were quite a few comments in the comment section about the Manfrotto ones falling down when connected horizontally with heavy lights and equipment above people's heads. I mean, anyway. To be safe, I'm adding anchor points to the wall with safety cables. It's just extra peace of mind with all this gear hanging. The gravity ones do feel very secure, but there's always potential to knock these, kick them when moving heavy gear around, or crash into them when using a vacuum cleaner. There's also a pretty big dog here as well, so. For my shotgun mic, I love the Sennheiser MKE600. It's really good for this kind of content. So I'm losing the floor mic stand for a gravity desk mic arm. The key to getting good results from a shotgun mic is to get the mic as close as possible to the sound source. You want it just out of shot and pointed towards your mouth. Using the gravity mic arm saves space and keeps the mic close to me but still out of shot. Not only that, but you can buy 2 of these for the price of the Rode PSA 1 Plus. they're half the price and just as good. So I'm going to keep the Rode for my vocal mic when working on music, just because I already have it. This is the Shure SM7B that I'm sure you've seen on countless YouTube videos and podcasts, but it's also a really good vocal mic for rock and metal vocals in studios and spaces that are less than ideal acoustically. It's not the worst sounding room. I use a mixture of these cheap foam panels and these nicer acoustic boards, and they really help me get rid of any room reverb that helps with recording vocals or dialogue like this for YouTube videos. I definitely feel confident in recommending the Gravity stuff. I bought this 9-space guitar rack from them, and I use this portable content creation rig that has Gravity stands as the backbone for when I'm on the go at guitar shows and events. It's never let me down, and it's really high quality stuff. As a gear reviewer, I need quick and easy access to my guitars and equipment, but they take up a lot of space. I think I have 17 or 18 guitars in this small room hanging from the walls or living in my racks. So we built a custom desk that fits exactly what I need, and it's made a huge difference to staying organised. It's something that I would recommend giving a go yourself, as typical production studio desks might be too big or could have unnecessary spaces or features that you just don't need. So here is the before shot of my floor space, and now with all the upgrades, I've got so much more room to move around. These changes have given me way more freedom in my space. If you're working with a smaller setup, a Varipole could save you time and space. A minimalist setup with one light, one camera and a mic could easily be mounted onto a single Varipole. By swapping out traditional stands for these Varipoles and using a desk tailored to my needs, it's freed up so much space and improved workflow. I've learned so much from other creators, so if you've got any tips or ideas for small studio spaces, please drop them in the comments. If you're into guitar or thinking about getting started, then check out this video I made on where to begin your journey. Thanks for watching.